Hello again, YouTube. So I think that last video cut off because my phone got too hot and overheated. I'm back in the car, back in the air conditioning. I don't know how hot it is out today, but it feels pretty brutal. I mean, I didn't move that much. I was finished when the video cut off, I think, and you saw I didn't really move a lot of gear around, but wow, I just got, in that short period of time, I got pretty sweaty, so. Oh yeah, you always look classy showing up something. Turn up to gig when you're good and sweaty. So, I don't know, is what it is. I expect there to be a lot of sweaty bodies there today because it's July in Phoenix and we're in the middle of a heat wave. And you know, normal not heat wave is pretty damn hot here. So anyway, where was I? So I was talking about the music. I didn't quite complete the list. I got most of it. And then once I didn't get the files converted, I am sitting on the MP4 files. You know, granted I haven't previewed them or converted them, but it is possible for me to play them as audio files. It's just awkward for me. And it is also possible for me to use the Amazon, as long as I have internet, which I'm not guaranteed here. As long as I have internet, you know, the Wi-Fi to latch onto with good internet on it, I can also stream songs from Amazon Music. Again, I don't like to do that. It doesn't give me the control I normally have as a DJ, but I can do that. Anyway, I don't think they're going to be sitting there with a list and scoring me on whether I played every single song or not, so I'm going to be trying to roll with the changes on this, but as every, you know, event that I play music at, but I don't know, I'm not entirely sure how many songs I didn't get on the list. As far as, like, there's a difference between the ones I didn't get and the ones I didn't get finished. Like, one that I didn't quite finish, but I did get, like, right before I bundled up my machine and went out the door, was Engelbert Humperdinck, Quando, which, yeah, it's interesting that somebody wants to hear that, but, I mean, I've heard of the song. Occasionally people sing it. I have a karaoke version of the song. Nobody's ever complained about the version I have for karaoke. And I have a CD that's been in my collection for years that I bought primarily for resale back when flipping CDs was a more lucrative thing. And it has that song on it. I don't even remember having this song. I just pulled it off the shelf. It's like, I own a Engelbert Humperdinck CD. Let me look at it. And I look at it. It's like, oh yeah, it's Quando on it. And then I didn't get that album finished and put into the. In fact, I was kind of mistaken. I thought it was two albums contained on one CD, and come to find out it was I guess his equivalent of like Outkast's Speaker Box and The Love Below, where it's like kind of two albums that together make an album, or always released as an album. And I guess that's kind of how this thing was for Engelbert Humperdinck. But I didn't know that. Like, the way it was labeled on the disc, I kind of thought it was two different albums minus two songs for cram it on a single CD and, you know, keep it as a budget line release. So I hadn't had time to really do the research on that to get it, you know, catalog it, everything correctly, and it's like, well, I got that song, I may as well just, like, I know where the file is and make sure that I have that ready for play. So I play it, and it's, you know, it sounds fine. I'll play the whole thing, but I need to play it and start, listen to it, and it occurs to me that I should probably. It just didn't quite sound 100% familiar to me. Not that that's a song that I'm really into or familiar with, but it just seemed, something didn't sound right about it. And so I played the karaoke track that I have, which people sing along to, and apparently that's the right version, because people that sing it always seem to be real happy with it. And I played that, and it definitely a different arrangement. As far as, like, the whole introduction is different. It's in different tempo, different type of beat feel to it, and I'm just like, oh. So I'm like frantically, as I need to be packing myself up, I'm like frantically doing research on the song to find out that yeah, the song was a hit for Engelbert Humperdinck in 1968. I forget the album that version came off of, but I mean, I found that album name, and it's definitely not the album that I have, so I'm like, well, what the hell is it that I have? And I look up what I have, and what I have was released in originally, I have a CD, so obviously it was released, later, but what I have was originally released in 1980. And so it's kind of like a, hey, let's relive my hit song with a new arrangement and see if it can be a hit again kind of thing. Which I wasn't aware that was a song that was done. I know of many other songs that's been done to. One that's most notable for me as a karaoke DJ is Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. I mean, there's the 1980s version and there's the 1990s version, and they are distinctly different. And absent somebody telling me that they want to sing the 1990s version, I always assume they want to sing the 1980s version. But I do occasionally ask, and sometimes people, do occasionally write, specifically what they want. So, in instances like this, I'm always leaning towards the more, popular arrangement. Unless one is a studio arrangement and one is a live version, I always kind of lean towards the studio version, just because I find live recordings and the DJ mix don't fit as well. Unless the popular version is a live version and the studio version is dramatically different. It does vary, like what we're going to play varies dramatically song by song basis. Anyway, on this one I was like, yeah, if this is a song that matters enough for them to put it on this list, they're probably not wanting the 1980 redo version, they're wanting the original hit version from 68. On that note, I think these people are like in 60-ish. So again, like I know I've met them, but I haven't met them. So it's just, I really wish that would have happened between now and before now. But hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers and hoping for the best. I did warn him from the beginning that I'm really out of my element doing this, and he just insisted on wanting me to do it. I'm sure a lot of that probably stemmed from the fact that I'm doing this for. Well, I'm doing it for a whole lot more than what Priscilla tried to say I would do a wedding for, which was ludicrous. I'm doing it for considerably less than what a quote-unquote wedding DJ would charge. So maybe they're doing that just to save money. They're going with me to save money. But he did genuinely seem to really be a fan of like what I did at Castaways. So I don't know. I'm hoping for the best. So anyway, back to Quando. I did find the 1968 hit version, and I downloaded it. It's an MP4. I didn't have time to do a file conversion on it, but I listened to it enough to. Honestly, I didn't listen to the start and ending of it. I listened to the very start just to verify it was the version I was looking for, and then kind of skipped ahead to make sure the fidelity was decent. It's like, well, this will have to do on a win. But yeah, this is. God, I still feel so not ready for this. It's 3:46, so I'm getting there in plenty of time to set up. Oh, son of a bitch. I was thinking about bringing my headphones so I could work on music while I was there up to the point that that I started whatever I'm doing, but I forgot. That ship has sailed. I forgot to grab my headphones, and I know they're not on my... Oh, hang on. You know what? I think this is them calling me.